Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous Tea. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. There is new content over there. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous Tea Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram is at Anonymous Reality Tea. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so it gets out to the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes, and coming or going, hit the like button. So today we got to talk about the ratings for Belle Collective and Real Housewives of Potomac. So Belle Collective, the ratings went up a grand total of 16,000 viewers, you guys. So previously in the first episode, the premiere episode coming back was 109,000 viewers, 0.03 in the demo, went up 16,000 viewers or 15% up in viewers to a grand total, you guys, of 125,000 views and 0.04 in the demo, you guys. And just in January, Belle Collective had 184,000 viewers. December of last year, 167,000 views. In December of last year as well, 152,000 views. And early December, they got all the way down to 113,000. And then prior to that, in November, had 142,000 views. And then they also had another low in November of last year, 86,000 views. And everything else. So none of the less, these ratings have been interesting because prior to that, they were getting like over 200,000 an episode or close to it. So in 2024, they were getting 234,000 views. They were getting, a lot better views, 96,000 views and everything else. But nonetheless, I feel like at this point with OWN, they're going to try to keep these shows until the wheels fall off, and we'll see from there, right? And maybe that's why there's limited episodes. To be honest with y'all, like I said, unless y'all requested for me or demanded for me to watch the show, I've not tuned into the show. So I couldn't tell you what's going on. I could just tell you that I speculate that it's probably the same old storylines over and over again. Cheating allegations with Letitia's husband. Whether or not there's anger issues with Latrice's husband and the status of their marriage and everything else. And if he's, talking to people or treating people a certain way. Like, I feel like it's the same thing. Wash, rinse, and repeat, right? And then trying to navigate the friendships in between and trying to integrate the new cast members. Like, I feel like that's the show. And your girl's not seeing the show. She's not seeing the trail. She's not seeing zilch, nada. So that's it, and that's all for Belle Collective, y'all. Next, let's get into Real Housewives of Potomac and these abysmal ratings as well. So, episode 1, remember, they had 427,000 views, and it was a series low in the demo at 0.09, right? And it couldn't get any worse, right? Because already Real Housewives of Salt Lake City had, for their last episode, 469,000 views, 0.16 in the demo. So you're already double the demo for Salt Lake City. Make it make sense, which was their season high in the demo. So you follow that up, y'all, from going to 427,000 views for episode 2 to go up to a grand total of 446,000 views, aka only a 19,000 increase in views. No. And then it gets worse. The demo went down from 0.09 to 0.08, which is another series low in the demo. And I want to talk about it, y'all, because I watched the episode and I meant to review it, but I forgot a lot of what happened outside of Karen's friend Cookie making a couple of appearances in the episode. Because here was the thing. I liked Angel's new husband and the content he was giving, but I was distracted by all of Wendy's scenes because I was stopping to see, okay, in this scene, is she wearing something allegedly that was stolen? In this scene, is this something allegedly that is going to be a part of the insurance plot or the burglary? Like that was me the whole time because I feel like now the season's tainted. I feel like the season has been tainted. And, you know, different people are going to play moral police and comparison Olympics as far as which housewife has done the worst of this and which one has done the worst of that. And to keep it a buck with y'all know why people are harder. Do we have to spell it out? Any black housewife is going to get dragged up and down through this internet. And also, people are going to play comparison Olympics compared to which fandom is popular. So, yes, obviously, the seriousness of Karen Huger having a DUI and almost potentially unaliving herself and unaliving someone else is more serious, is more detrimental, is very disgusting and disturbing that is still happening at her age. However, there were a lot of people still caping for her and still saying she needs to be on the show, she needs to come back. Just like the same thing happened with Kandi versus Phaedra, where people, you know, were like, oh, it was wrong that Phaedra allegedly lied about the grape and da-da-da-da-da. However, you know, I like what she brings to the show, so I feel she should be back. I don't feel that Kandi should prevent her from being on the show, da-da-da-da-da, right? This happens all the time. Right? Where we get into the comparison Olympics, where we get into who should be on the show, or I don't care how horrible somebody X, Y, and Z did because, you know, nonetheless, I like the entertainment that they give me on my housewife show. But none of the less, there's a court hearing on November 7th where we'll get more information as far as the next steps for Wendy's case. And I just, like, for me, I just feel like it's tainted. I just feel like the season is tainted because you have to ask the question, you know, was a big part of the storyline basically to prop up the fact that whatever insurance scheme you did get away with is now being flaunted in front of everybody's face. Like, it's crazy. And then getting in everyone else's face, you know, with the audacity. And to me, it's not about Stan Wars. It's not about who you like or who you don't like or whatever else. Ultimately, this is the latest housewife in a slew of housewives that have done awful things wrong. And so people are going to talk about it. Now, what I don't like mixed company. I don't like talk about this in mixed company. Like Tamra Judge, who is now, you know, exploiting once again anytime a black housewife is in some trouble. Now all of a sudden she is allegedly saying that the neighbors are DMing her and they're saying that they all knew and assumed that the SFOs were putting together a big old insurance scam. No. Not the same Tamra Judge who earlier in her Real Housewives of OC career had Naked Wasted, y'all. Had Naked Wasted against Gretchen, was hoping that it was a whole scheme set up to purposefully get Gretchen drunk, inebriated, wasted in hopes she cheated on her manual. So that she could be so disoriented on purpose to allegedly cheat on her man, and y'all did not have that smoke for camera. And I thought that was the most vile and disgusting things I've seen on a housewife franchise. And where's her son on January 6th? Like, let's talk about it, right? But for whatever reason, like she keeps coming back to the show. She keeps coming back to the show. She keeps getting opportunities, and it is what it is. So it's like, I feel like Bravo and NBC Universal, Peacock, they pick and choose which housewives they want to hold to some ridiculous standard and this and that. But y'all know as well as, you know, a black housewife, you got to be on your P's and Q's, right? Or they're going to punish you harder and make an example out of you. And it seems that the sheriff's office is HE bent on making an example out of Wendy Acefo. Nobody obviously is trying to pile on this or trying to make fun of Wendy. I know some people are getting some gags and some jokes in and all of this and all of that, but the bottom line is there was no need for her to do any of this. There was zero need for her to do any of this, to try to keep up with the Joneses, to, buy things she couldn't afford and had to take them back, allege things that were stolen that were either already returned or she was actively wearing, putting up posts allegedly the day of the robbery or when allegedly it happened or around that time, and posting Bonnie and Clyde with her and Eddie. No. Like, what are we doing? And now she's lost her gig as a professor, and now her wife swap episode that was supposed to air this week has been pulled. And it feels like Bravo is just waiting to officially, whether she gets charged or if she ends up getting prison time, they're waiting for that shoe to drop to just say, yeah, we won't bring back Wendy. And I can't believe so many of y'all fell for Andy Cohen's stunt, because he does this every time. He's Team Housewives in the beginning until, whatever's going to happen. And then he shows his biasness depending on, who the housewife is that's in trouble. Because remember with Jen Shaw, he's now said that she's never coming back to Bravo. Even though previously, when all of the allegations were going down, he was like, she's told me she's completely innocent. She sent my child, gifts and things like that. I've been talking to her the entire step of the way. And then he was disappointed when she pled guilty because he felt like she was giving him phone service. She was giving him customer service. She was giving him corporate on the phone, pretending that all of this was a big old scheme set up only for her to plead guilty. No. So it's going to be interesting now to see how all of this is going to play out. It's going to be interesting to see if Wendy Acefo is going to be on Watch What Happens Live at all, or if her reunion invite is going to be pulled. There are so many moving parts, and we've got a long way to go, but I feel like fans, I feel like the ratings are going to continue to fluctuate, but the demo is showing that a core part of the audience is not feeling and not featuring this season, y'all. So there's that. That's it. That's all. Es todos, es final, es finito. It's the end of the road. It's the end of the line for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post the content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.